Page 18 and 19, there's not much new today. Start with C. This is division. You've got a positive times and divided by a negative, so the quotient, the answer when you divide, the quotient will be a negative. I'm going to go ahead and put that up there so I don't forget. Now I'm going to set this up 10/7 times 21/5. And look at this. Do you see what I see? I can totally cross reduce both sides. This is going to be easy. Then reduce these by 7. Looky here, 2 times 3 is 6 over 1. My answer is 6. And thank goodness I put that negative up there so I did not forget that it is negative. Look at E. All right, we've got multiplication, subtraction, multiplication. So, with that figured out, I'll do my multiplication. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Minus 2 times negative 6. I'll do that now. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. So I have negative 12 plus 12, which equals nothing. Absolutely nothing. Shall we go down to the bottom? We are substituting. We'll just do D together. You can do the rest. Let's see, y is negative 1, x is negative 3. So we have 4. I'm just going to go ahead and square it out. Negative 1. So it would be negative 1 times negative 1, because it's squared. And since it's negative, I'm putting them in parentheses. I always like to put negative integers in parentheses when I'm doing algebra, especially multiplying and dividing. Minus x cubed. X is negative 2. So negative 2 cubed. Negative 2, negative 2. Goodness. All of that over negative 3. All right, so I'm going to do all of this first. I've got 2 positives, so I know my final product is going to be positive. 4 times 1 is 4, times 1 is 4. That is 4. And then over here, I'm just going to focus on these right here. Negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. Would be, it's negative because I've got 3 negatives. Whenever you have an even number of negatives, your product or quotient is going to be positive. If you have an odd number, it's negative. It's kind of like you've got that 1 left over to make it negative. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 8. So I'm going to rewrite it over here. And I've got 4 minus negative 8. So 4 minus negative 8 is 4 plus 8 over negative 3. Whew, look how much easier that looks now. 4 plus 8 is 12 over negative 3. 12 divided by negative 3 is a big old negative 4. And you may do the rest. We'll start doing number 3 together. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to solve this. I'm going to show you the way that requires, well, the way that involves distributing and then the way that involves dividing. We've got plenty of room over here to do them both. Write them here. Let's see, this time I'll distribute. So distribute the 2, 2n plus 6 equals 20. Subtract the 6 from both sides. Get 2n equals 14. Divide both sides by 2. N equals 7. The other way to do it is to divide by 2 to get rid of the times 2. So divide this by 2, divide this by 2, like that. Then you're left with n plus 3 equals 10. You subtract 3 from both sides, n equals 7. See, either way it's the same. So the answer for 3 is C. And you thought it was 7. Middle part, we are substituting. We've got exponents. I'm going to go ahead and write them out. X cubed, so x is 2. It'll be 2. You know what? I don't have a negative, so I'm just going to use dots. 2 times 2 times 2. Y is 3 times 3 times 3. I really only like to use parentheses with negatives. Got 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So that makes 8. 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 9, which makes 70 and 2. B is 72. D, we've got a negative, but it's out here. So that has nothing to do with anything. So everything inside here is squared. So we'll do 2 times 2. And then y squared would be 3 times 3. So that makes 4, that makes 9. So I have negative 4 times 9, which makes negative 36. Bottom section. Once again, substituting. I have, since this is going to be a -1, I'm going to put it in parentheses. If you do this and you square it, it throws everything off. So just trust me, it's better to put it in parentheses. -1 cubed. So I've got 3 negatives, so I know my product's going to be negative. So I'm going to go ahead and put negative. Then I've got 1 times 1 times, well, that's 1. The answer to number 3, to letter C, is a 1. Now you are free to do it all the rest of it on your own, that is.